I heard a massive explosion outside the apartment building. When I went out to the parking lot to see what had happened, I saw a military helicopter crash into the building next door. Before I could recover from the shock, a piercing scream erupted from below. I saw everyone fleeing in terror, while my girlfriend stood there frozen. I yelled at her to get back inside, but she suddenly lunged at an old man and began biting him frantically. Terrified, I rushed back into the apartment. Just then, a man burst through the door. It was my neighbor from next door. He said his roommate had gone crazy and begged me to let him stay. Before I could even react, his roommate walked into the bathroom, clutching his head. There was a deep wound on the back of his neck. Something felt seriously wrong. I grabbed a kitchen knife to protect myself. Then the TV cut in with breaking news. A zombie virus outbreak had hit the city. They said anyone bitten or scratched would turn infected. And right then, my neighbor walked out of the bathroom. He saw the news on TV and quickly tried to explain that he was fine, but his eyes were already turning red. I pointed the knife at him and told him to leave. He hadn't fully turned yet, but he still left the apartment. I rushed over and locked the door behind him. The next second, I heard a blood-curdling scream outside. I peeked through the peephole and saw my neighbor being torn apart by zombies. I covered my mouth and collapsed to the floor, unable to move until nightfall. I drowned myself in booze, trying to numb the fear, but then a text from my dad hit me hard. Things weren't looking good for them either. I quickly called my parents, but no one picked up. At that moment, I knew I was on my own. I pushed the fridge against the door to keep the zombies out. Then I dragged my bed into the living room so I could keep an eye on the front door at all times. I sealed the windows shut so the zombies outside wouldn't spot me, but the door kept getting knocked on. I couldn't tell if it was a person or a zombie. That night, a strange noise came from the bathroom. My gut told me something was wrong. I grabbed a baseball bat and crept closer. Oh my god, a zombie fell straight out of the air vent. I panicked and hid behind the counter. The zombie limped its way into the living room. My heart was pounding in my throat. Luckily, it didn't spot me right away. I took the chance and crept up behind it to attack. It was my first time killing a zombie, and I